Criminality is a pervasive issue in our world today, with various criminal activities happening in different parts of the globe. One of the most notorious criminal activities that have been causing havoc in recent times is narco smuggling. Narco smugglers are people who specialize in smuggling illegal drugs such as cocaine, heroin, and marijuana across borders. The ruthless and cunning narco smugglers are a force to be reckoned with, spreading their dark influence throughout the world with deadly efficiency. These criminal masterminds have no qualms about exploiting the vulnerable and wreaking havoc on the innocent in their insatiable quest for power and wealth. From the bustling metropolises of the Americas to the remote corners of Asia and beyond, the tentacles of the narco smugglers extend far and wide. Their illicit operations span across borders, oceans and continents, and their web of corruption and violence growing stronger with each passing day. These smugglers operate in a complex and highly organized system with a well-coordinated network of suppliers, distributors and middlemen. Their main goal is to transport drugs from their source countries to their destination countries without getting caught by the authorities. To achieve this, narco smugglers employ several tactics and strategies, including the use of advanced technology, bribery and violence. One of the most common tactics used by these smugglers is the use of sophisticated transportation methods, such as submarines and small aircraft. Submarines are especially popular among narco smugglers, as they can travel undetected under the water surface, making it almost impossible for law enforcement agencies to track them. The use of small aircraft, on the other hand, allows smugglers to transport large quantities of drugs over long distances without being detected. Let us share with you a story in which a water road was used as a means of committing such acts. Previously, the Colombian Navy made a groundbreaking bust when they intercepted a semi-submersible vessel carrying a staggering 4 tons of cocaine, valued at a whopping $145 million on the streets. The Navy's swift action in seizing the illegal cargo dealt a significant blow to drug traffickers and demonstrated their unyielding commitment to curbing drug-related crimes. So, a sleek, sky-colored vessel that glides just beneath the surface of the ocean, most invisible to the naked eye. It's a drug sub, one of the preferred methods of transportation for smugglers looking to covertly move massive quantities of illegal substances and unreported funds. These patched-together boats are a marvel of engineering, boasting sophisticated noise mufflers and fiberglass bodies that allow them to slip past the watchful eyes of the Coastal Guard, naval troops, and international drug enforcement officials. Loaded with tons of cocaine, marijuana, heroin, and other contraband worth millions of dollars, drug subs are a brazen attempt to outsmart the authorities and get their illicit cargo to its destination undetected. According to sources, drug subs have the ability to evade both acoustic and radar detection, making them an even more formidable foe for law enforcement officials. And did you know that over the past 3 decades, hundreds of narco submarines have been constructed? These underwater vessels are the go-to strategy for drug cartels to move tons of cocaine from Latin America up to Mexico and Central America every year. It's estimated that there are probably dozens of these narco subs operational at any given moment, making them a serious threat to global security. While a recent raid on one of these submarines resulted in a significant win for the authorities, with drugs seized and 4 smugglers detained, it's important to note that this is just a minor dent in a larger underwater drug trade. The fight against these criminal organizations is ongoing and requires constant vigilance and innovative tactics. With the stakes so high, it's crucial that law enforcement agencies remain steadfast in their efforts to disrupt and dismantle these illicit operations. While the use of drug subs may seem like something out of a Hollywood movie, the reality is that it's a serious threat to public safety and the rule of law. As law enforcement agencies continue to work tirelessly to intercept these vessels and bring the smugglers to justice, it's clear that the battle against the drug trade is far from over. As you can see, in the dangerous world of drug trafficking, the skies have become the new battleground. Criminals are taking to the air with a vengeance, using high-end planes like the Gulfstream II to smuggle drugs and evade the law. One of the incidents in southern Mexico is just one example of the brazen tactics being employed by these narco cartels. The Gulfstream II business jet, found abandoned on a covert airfield, had been used to transport large quantities of cocaine out to South America. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, these narco planes are being used more frequently than ever before, with nearly 40 incidents recorded so far this year. What's striking about these cases is the types of aircraft being used. The Gulfstream II is a popular choice among traffickers, and it's not hard to see why. Its speed, range and luxury make it a perfect vehicle for smuggling drugs across international borders. But it's not the only model being used. In fact, an examination of the data shows that nearly all of the cases fall into one of 4 aircraft families. When combined, these families account for a staggering 84% of all incidents. One can clearly see that the drug traffickers will go to great lengths to transport their illicit goods, and they don't discriminate when it comes to the types of aircraft they use. While some models are more popular than others, like the infamous Cessna 182 and 206, smugglers have been known to employ a variety of aircraft, including the Piper Aztec and Rockwell Sabreliner. In fact, some of the planes that crash in the dense jungles of Central America are unrecognizable from public sources, making it clear that drug traffickers will use any model they can get their hands on to avoid detection. Another tactic used by narco smugglers is bribery. These criminals often bribe custom officials, police officers, and other government officials to turn a blind eye to their activities. By doing so, they are able to get their drugs across borders without being detected. In addition to bribery, narco smugglers also use violence to intimidate and eliminate their rivals. They often engage in brutal turf wars with other drug cartels, resulting in the deaths of many innocent people. These criminals are known to be extremely ruthless, and they will do whatever it takes to protect their interests. Now there's another process which is way more scary. Prepare to be horrified by the twisted reality of human trafficking. You may think that you're safe from its clutches, but the truth is no one is. One of the most harrowing forms of human trafficking is the use of innocent victims as drug smugglers across international borders. Known as drug mules, these individuals are subjected to unspeakable horrors that will send chills down your spine. Traffickers don't care about the victims' safety or well-being. All they care about is getting their illegal substances to their destination. These ruthless criminals force the drug mules to consume balloons filled with narcotics before transporting them across borders. The poor victims are treated like mere containers, with the drugs being inserted into their bodies in a grotesque and inhumane manner. Condoms are utilized to hold the drugs. The traffickers use special equipment to insert the narcotics into the condoms before forcing them down the drug mules' throats. To make matters worse, the victims are often given soup spiked with narcotics to numb their throats before the balloons are inserted. The soup is so greasy that the drug mules are unable to swallow the balloons, leaving them no choice but to endure the excruciating agony of having their bodies used as mere vessels. Once the victims have arrived at the destination, the balloons are removed from their bodies, leaving them vulnerable and traumatized. The brutal reality of human trafficking is a constant reminder of the darkness that exists in our world. It's up to us to shed light on these atrocities and fight against these heinous crimes. Drug mules, the hapless victims of this despicable trade, are subjected to unimaginable torture. Anesthesia is sprayed in their mouths, numbing their senses, allowing them to ingest up to 120 balloons filled with illegal drugs. As much as 1 kilogram of contraband is then forced down their throats, causing excruciating pain and severe damage to their delicate organs. To ensure that the drugs remain inside them, they are given medication that prevents bowel movement during the journey, making them feel like ticking time bombs. Upon arrival at their destination, they are provided with laxatives, and the balloons then travel through their bodies. But when these balloons break inside the body, the consequences are fatal, resulting in a high-risky method of drug delivery that has killed countless individuals. As if this was not enough, stomach acids may also cause the balloons to burst, resulting in sudden death. Can you imagine the terror of being a drug mule, not knowing that you will live or die with each passing moment? Narco smuggling is nothing but a dangerous and illegal activity that poses a serious threat to global security. And that's all for now. This is us signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video. You can drop a like to appreciate our efforts, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure to press the bell icon. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.